really nice weather here, so that always counts for a lot as far as I'm concerned. I am trying to get one little thing done here, and then I'm going to put the spreadsheet up for you. Waiting on a couple of payments to come in. Hopefully they're going to show up and we're not going to have to deal with any kind of weirdness. So we'll keep an eye on that. Potentially a couple of things could become available in Revolution, but Flawless, which is up first tonight, is all set and paid. So that's the good news. And all right, I've got to get my iPad is not wanting to act right here, so I got to get that up and running. In the meantime, I can't see chat, but we're going to roll right on along while I try to get Mr. iPad happy again. Excuse me. So, little info to go over before we get started tonight. First up, feedback. Completely automated on eBay, so you don't ever have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get it in return. How about that? Everybody likes instant, right? And of course, the second thing there, the most important thing is to say thank you. I do appreciate those of you who bid and break and chat and hang out with me, keep me company, keep me on the straight and narrow, all that kind of stuff. We are taking a look right now at the breaks that are already listed on eBay. This is the stuff that's up and available for bidding now that we're going to be breaking over the next few days. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we only have one new product coming out, and that's Optic Football. So we will break a case of that as well as a case of Leaf Metal Draft Baseball, and that's the last of the Leaf Metal Draft that I happen to have on hand. On Thursday night, we'll open a three-peat basketball box with 3 pieces of autographed memorabilia in there, an actual basketball, a jersey, and a photograph. Also on Thursday night will be an 8-box case of Playbook and another 16-box master case of Revolution basketball. We're going to open one of those tonight. On Friday night, we have another new release hitting on Friday, and that's Bowman's Best. We'll open a case of that on Bowman's Best on Friday night, but we are going to start later than normal. We're going to start at 10:30. That's 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. So about a half hour later than we normally start, but we are only going to break the one item that night. Saturday night, the 22nd, we'll open Bowman's Best and Optic, and once again, we'll start a half hour later than normal at 10:30. On Sunday night, we're going to do just a couple of Topps football mixers in there. We're going to do a Chrome football mixer, which is boxes from 13, 14, and 15. And then we'll do a Strata mixer, which is boxes from 12, 13, 14, and 15. Yeah, so that's how we look in the days ahead. But you know what? You're probably more interested in how we look tonight, aren't you? So this is what we're opening and the order that we're opening it. Flawless Collegiate Basketball is going to be up first. Revolution Basketball will be second, just the 2 breaks tonight. Of course, Flawless Collegiate is a free shipping break. Anytime you do a free shipping break with me, I always project it to get out the door 6 or 7 days after an auction ends, and often I'm able to get it out sooner. So Flawless Collegiate projected to be on the way to you no later than Christmas Eve, Monday the 24th, but in all likelihood, it's probably going to go to you sooner than that because there aren't a lot of cards in it. Our paid shipping break tonight, that is our 16-box case of Revolution basketball, should be out the door to you on or about Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, the 22nd. And finally, consolation cards. You don't really have to worry about those in Revolution because every team is going to pull some cards in Revolution. However, if you are in Flawless Collegiate and your team is not pulled, you are entitled to a used consolation trading card. It can be from any year and any series. I basically just have a box of them, one for each team, and I would just reach in there and grab one, and that would be yours. And I do keep track of that for a rolling 90-day period. Because Flawless Collegiate is a free shipping break, normally I would hang on to that consolation card and I would send it out to you the next time that you had a package heading your way. If, however, you don't want to wait that long, you want it sent right away, you just need to shoot me a message over on eBay letting me know that, and I will be happy to take care of it. So first up is 1819 Flawless Collegiate Basketball. It's a half case break. It's break number 6. It's the back half of a case that we started a couple of days ago. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Tuesday night, the 18th of December. You will see team names are on the left. Winning bidders are across from it on the right-hand side. There's one team that did not sell. That is the Miami Heat. So if anything comes out for the Miami Heat, it is retained by me because no one bought it, which means I'm the only one that paid for it. Okay, so that's what that means. And guys, just so we don't run into any problems like we had in the last break, if something comes up with the Heat on the card and it needs to go to random, it's going to go to random just like it normally would, okay? Because it doesn't, because I basically own the Heat since none of you guys elected to buy the Heat. Now, the last little piece of information here is me changing up your focus a bit, because I don't like autofocus, and therefore when I set the focus manually, you're going to see the background go out of focus just a little smidgen. And don't worry, we look at the cards up nice and close, so the fact that the background's out of focus, that doesn't really matter. We're still going to be able to see everything. So that's the good news. Now, who is here in chat tonight? Jay Allen is here. He says he thought I was always on the straight and narrow. Sometimes you guys have to point me in the right direction, Sometimes I get really enthusiastic about my Steelers, and you all have to remind me that occasionally we kind of, aren't so good. And the same thing with my Kentucky Wildcats. Sometimes I've been known to really hype my Kentucky Wildcats, and you guys have to remind me, you're not always all that with your Kentucky Wildcats. So, sometimes you got to keep me on the path. Other than the Cincinnati Reds, because, my Reds are always bad. So no one has to keep me on the straight and narrow there, because, I always expect us to be bad there. Latchman is here. Ezekiel is here. Jeremy, you're asking if you have the Bucks. Did I not show you for the Bucks? I show the Milwaukee Bucks is Nilla Gorilla. Is that not you? Did I cut and paste the wrong information in there? Jeremy, can you let me know on that, please? And then Scott is here. And Latchman and Griffin. And Jeremy, I'm assuming by now, I'm reading down through here, I'm assuming by now that you've already heard me go over the schedule, so you know that the Revolution break is right after this. So I'm assuming, Jeremy, that you're in the Revolution break and not in this Flawless Collegiate, and maybe that answers our question. Boy, our cards are all askew in there in this one. But if not, you can jump in there and let me know. All right. Latchman, you need a Sacramento Kings Stang lover. You will be shocked if Alonzo Mourning is not pulled. Why are you having a feeling that Alonzo Mourning is coming out tonight? Like, what's happening there, man? What are you having an Alonzo Mourning flashback or something? Fill me in. It's the 411. Scott, you said you got outbid on every team in Flawless. Well, see, how'd that happen, man? Flawless is your jam. I don't know how that happened. Oh, Jeremy, you were thinking that this was Revolution. Okay, man. Now we'll put another spreadsheet up there right before we start Revolution, which will be right after this. So if you hang tight shortly, you'll have your name up there here in a little bit, I do believe. Okay, so we have out first is Monte Morris, numbered to 25. As a reminder, everyone, these are collegiate uniforms. So what that means to you is this. It will go to the current team for anybody who is an active player. It will go to the team that they are with right now, today and time. If it is a retired player, then it's going to go to the team that they were with the longest, okay? Oh, Stang Lover, you're saying because he would be the Miami Heat. I gotcha. Here is Grayson Allen and Trayvon Duval. Now, Grayson Allen, of course, is the Jazz. I don't really know where Trayvon Duval goes, kids. We may have to look that one up. Anyway, at any rate, we're going to have to put it up there in housekeeping since it's got two different teams on it anyway. Jay Allen, you've got Hornets. Oh, these are the ones you got outbid on. Hornets, Pacers, T-Wolves, Pelicans, and Thunder. Well, that is a long list. This is numbered to 15. It is Troy Brown, and Troy goes to the Washington Wizards. Next up is Mikal Bridges to 20. And I always have to think about Mikal Bridges versus Miles Bridges. I think Mikal Bridges is the Suns, right? And it's Miles Bridges that is the Hornets. That is Mikal Bridges, but we'll double check that one as well. Zaire Smith, he is a 76er, and Keenan Evans, I could not tell you. That is numbered to 25, and that's going to have to sit up there in housekeeping. So I seem to be having all these guys on half the card that I don't know who they are. What's going on with that? Numbered to 15, we know who these guys are. How about Marvin Bagley for the Kings on one side and Jason Tatum for the Celtics on the other side? That is a nice card. So, yeah, we know for sure that that's going to end up having to visit housekeeping since there are two different teams on it. Stang Lover, I believe you are right. The Miami Heat is unsold in this break. Yeah, it is not in Miami Heat had no bids in this break. Mo Bamba coming out to 25 for the Orlando Magic. And I seem to pull Mo Bamba all the time. He seems to come out like a lot, doesn't he? Colin Sexton to 20. That is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then we have, oh yeah, man. There's DeAndre Ayton. If you got the Phoenix Suns, you just had your night made. That is numbered to 15. And it is your number 1 overall draft pick, DeAndre Ayton. Coming in behind that, well, how about that if you've got the Knicks? Kevin Knox from my University of Kentucky Wildcats. That is numbered to 25 and a very nice hit for the Knicks. And last but not least, it is Robert Williams, Texas A&M University. I believe Robert Williams is he a Celtic, guys? I think he's a Celtic. I better check him because sometimes I get confused about where he goes. That little card tells you it's a real diamond and not a blood diamond and yada, 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 and we'll put it in the bag with that one. So we've got a couple of things to do in housekeeping and a couple that I want to verify as well. I want to make sure I've got the right team there for Robert Williams because for some reason, I have a nagging feeling that I may have called him incorrectly, but you know, we'll double check. I think he's a Celtic, but we'll find out for sure. And who else did I need to check in here? We were going to double check a few things, aren't we? Yeah, we are. So let's do that part. Let's do that part first, okay? So that I make sure that I get all that done. Then we'll go to our dual team cards because some of the things I've got to look up are on the dual team cards anyway. So bear with me, kids. And we're going to look this up. Again, Mikal Bridges, I'm pretty sure, is the Suns. And I just want to make sure that that is correct. Yeah, sometimes I get him and Miles mixed up. So Mikal Bridges is the Suns. We're right about that. I'm going to check here and find out where Monte Morris is these days and see what's going on there. I don't really know the answer to that, so let's find that out. And Monte Morris is a Nugget, it looks like, a Denver Nugget here for Mr. Monte Morris. So we know where that goes now. And, of course, we already knew the rest of those, so we don't have to worry about them. Which brings us to this. We know who these are. We've got Marvin Bagley and Jason Tatum. That will go to random shortly. Zaire Smith is a 76er. I need to look up Keenan Evans. So hold tight while I look up Keenan Evans and find out where he goes. He is a Piston, apparently. All right, so that is 76ers and Pistons on that one. And then Trayvon Duval and Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen is the Jazz. Trayvon Duval I've got to look up. So let's find out about him at the same time. Sorry, guys, I don't know why I don't know some. I mean, I just didn't retain some of these guys. That's all I know to tell you. So he's the Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks. All right. So let's go to our spreadsheet and find out if anybody owns both of the teams on some of these. Then they don't have to go to random. And if they don't, then we will. So Trayvon Duval with the Milwaukee Bucks, that's Nilla Gorilla. And then the Utah Jazz here is Brandon Ayers. So we know we have two different team owners there. Then we have the Philadelphia 76ers. That's Matt. On the other side of that card is the Detroit Pistons, and that's Laws. So we know we've got to go to random there. Then we have the Sacramento Kings, which is Olivia, and on the other half of that is the Boston Celtics, and that is Griffin 1A. So we've got different team owners for all of those. You know what that means. You got it. We're headed over here to random.org. Now, here's the way this works, guys. I'm going to do random 3 different times. Cards are entered left to right, so the team on the left-hand side is going to be typed in first. The team on the right-hand side will be typed in second. I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 do not count. It is the third and final random that will make the determine who's going to get each of these cards. So we're going to do these individually just because it's flawless. A lot of times on cards like that, I would just do left side, right side, but we're actually going to do each of these individually. So first up is Trayvon Duval and Grayson Allen. So that's going to be the Bucks and the Jazz. All right, so remember, you ignore the first one, you ignore the second one. Here's our third and final. There it is, 3 times, and our date and time stamp. That one is coming up to the Bucks. So that is this card right here with Trayvon Duval has gone to the Bucks by way of random. Now this is in a sleeve. I'm not writing on your card. I would think everyone would know that, but as sure as I don't show somebody that, you know what'll happen. Yeah, it's inevitable. Next up, we have the 76ers and the Pistons. 76ers are going to be typed in first, the Pistons second, and we're basically just going to rinse and repeat that process that we just did, but with 2 different teams. If I can get us back to the right spot, that is. Okay, ignore the first one. This one doesn't count either, and this one's for all the marbles. 3 times, date, time stamp comes up to the 76ers for Zaire Smith. So that is this card right here, headed to the Sixers. And that's going to bring us next to the big dog in the fight, so to speak, which is this really, I have to say, kind of fantastic card. And that is Marvin Bagley for the Kings and Jason Tatum for the Celtics. It's numbered to 15. It's really kind of a shame for either team to have to not take that card home. That's the downside of shared cards, you know, with multiple teams on them. That's the part we don't like, but anyway, guys, let's do the same thing here. So we've got the Kings on the left, so they're going to be typed in first. The Celtics typed in second, and same process. All right, so you can ignore the first one here. Ignore the second one. Here's our third and final. There you'll see 3 times our date and time stamp, and it ends up heading to the Celtics. So that is this handsome card right here has gone to the Jason Tatum Celtics spot. So yeah, there's that. All right, so let's recap what we have here. I've got to get that guy in a bag too. Oh, did I not look him up either? Robert Williams. I think he's also a Celtic, but I didn't look him up a second ago, did I? So let's go look him up real quick here so that I don't call him out wrong. But I do think he's a rookie. I think he's a Celtics rookie, but let's just double check. And we're loading. Yeah, he's a Celtic. Okay. All right. So to recap, this is going to the Celtics by way of random.org. This one is heading to the 76ers, also by way of random.org. This one headed to the Milwaukee Bucks. You got it, by way of random.org. And then we have Troy Brown to 15. That is the Washington Wizards. You have a little Mo Bamba action to 25 for the Orlando Magic. Colin Sexton came out, numbered to 20 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Monte Morris is the Denver Nuggets, and that one was numbered to 25. Mikal Bridges to 20 for the Phoenix Suns. And then we have the Robert Williams with the diamond chip for the Celtics. And I just stuck that little card there in the back because you've got the diamond chip on your card. Then we have DeAndre Ayton. Now, you know, the Suns already had a nice hit, but nothing like that, huh? DeAndre Ayton to 15. That makes you happy. And the Knicks, man, the Knicks with Kevin Knox to 25. That is pretty awesome, being that he's an ex-UK guy, and you know how I feel about my Kentucky Wildcats. So all in all, guys, I like that case of Flawless. I think we did well there. That is the last of the Flawless that I have. I don't think any of my distributors have any more either. Not that I remember. So that may be the last of the Flawless Collegiate that I can get my hot little hands on, but we'll find out. Now, okay, good grief. All right, I got to get caught up here on, there is loads of chat, so let me see here what else we need to know. So, Nick, I'm sure you just saw the recap, so I think we're good there. And Matthew, same as we just did the recap there, so I think you guys are covered. T-Bone, hi T-Bone. T-Bone was typing stuff in chat that I was looking up. Thank you guys. But you know, I am a nerd. I do always go look that stuff up if I have any kind of question about it, even though I trust you all implicitly. I still, because it's your money involved, right? I go and make sure and check all that stuff out because we want to make sure that I get it right when we're calling it out. And Josh, I'm guessing you probably typed that in before we did the recap as well, but there were not Pelicans in there. Scott, you should not be texting and driving, brother, so please be careful. And let's see, what else? And Griffin, you must have done well because they're giving you some grief, so you must have hit a lot then, I think, right? Ed Stanglover, you said you wanted a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I know, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I am sorry we couldn't pull that one for you tonight, man. All right, so everybody's probably seen this by now. Well, I say that, but yet some of you I know joined late, so maybe everybody hasn't seen it by now. So for those of you who haven't, this is your information about shipping. Of course, Flawless Collegiate being one of the free breaks, those are always projected out 6 or 7 days in advance. So it should be on the way to you no later than Monday the 24th, although frankly it's probably going to be sooner than that. It should not be any later than that. Our paid shipping break tonight, which we're about to get into, is Revolution. And of course, it's projected to get out the door to you on or before this Saturday the 22nd. Consolation cards in regard to Flawless, all the info right up there. If you have any questions, hit me up and let me know. Consolation cards don't come into play for Revolution because there's a lot of cards in here and all the teams are going to pull something. So we are headed into a 16-box case of 2018-19 Revolution basketball. It is a master case, which means we've got 2 8-box inner cases to open up tonight. This is break number 2. Of course, this also ended tonight on eBay, Tuesday night, the 18th of December. You will find your team names are on the left, and if you are the winning bidder, your eBay user ID is up in lights across from your team on the right-hand side. So that is all the news to use for that. And yeah, now we're ready to get into some Revolution. Viva la Revolution. Revolution's always a fun break. It's got, you know, I mean, the cards are interesting patterns. Even the ones that aren't signed or numbered are usually kind of cool to look at. And, of course, we've got the case hit we'll find somewhere in here. And those typically resell well. And though we do not have an autograph per box, the fact that we do have a little bit lower number of autographs kind of works in our favor a little bit because it usually means we get some high quality autographs, you know? So they don't give us as many, but the ones they do give us are quite good usually. So that's a little bit of the trade-off, I guess, here and there. So Revolution, of course, has got loads and loads of patterns in it. And some of them are numbered and some of them are not. Our numbered patterns, and you know it'll take me a few boxes to get back in the groove with it, but it's Cosmic, which if memory serves is numbered to 100, Sunburst, which are numbered to 75. Look out, I'm dumping the rest of these upside down because it was stuck in the box. Sunburst to 75, Cubic will be to 50, Lava is to 10, and then we'll find a bunch of them that aren't numbered, and those will be like Astro, which I always want to call Astral, Astro and Groove and Fractal and Impact, and of course Galactic is our case hit, and Galactic is not numbered, but it is worth some money because there is only one usually in a 16 box case, so it's not even 1 per 8 box, it's 1 per 16 box. All right, so Stang Lover, you said you're going to hit here in Revolution, so I like the way you think, man. We're just going to move on and try to hit for you in here. I like that plan. Latchman, your King's card, I know. That one went to the Celtics using random. Those are always so hard to lose. I'm sorry about that. I am. Scott, you just pulled into your house. Good, because you should not be driving and texting anyway. Man, you probably shouldn't be driving and watching breaks either. I'm glad you're home, at least. We don't have to worry about you on the road. Gina's here. Hey, Gina. Gina, you were bidding and driving too? Dang, guys. And gals, that's, you know, safety first. Gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. Latchman, you got outbid in Revolution tonight? Well, yeah, Revolution is one of those products that, you know, the bids don't go super, super high, but, you know, it's usually a product that people like, and so there can be some spirited bidding along the way in Revolution. All right, so Jay Allen, you said you need Hornets, Pacers, Timberwolves, Pelicans, and Thunder. Scott, oh, you're not asking for much, Scott. You just want a 1 of 1. Okay. Ziggy needs some Mavericks. He's looking for my man Luka. And, all right, so let's see what we got going in here then. And Jeremy's looking for Giannis. He's looking for the Greek Freak. And you need a Steph Curry auto, Sam. Okay, all right. We got to find Steph Curry in here too then. So Vortex insert, we're going to find plenty of Vortex inserts as we go along with lots of different players on them. So this particular pattern, when you see those little circles, that is called Groove. And that is an unnumbered pattern, but we will find it very in plentiful supply, shall we say. That's kind of our base pattern right there. It doesn't have a name, just the one that looks sort of like rain is our base pattern. And we'll find plenty of die cuts. This is a liftoff for Zach LaVine and the Bulls, and it, of course, is in the Groove pattern, as is that handsome little rookie card there for Shake Milton is also Groove. Anything that is numbered, this is Impact. Impact is not numbered either, but they're cool. And that one is James Harden on a Shockwave insert. And what else? This is that Fractal? Yeah, Fractal, not numbered. And, you know, like that. So most of the stuff that's not numbered, we probably won't really flip over unless I stupidly forget the pattern names, which I tend to do occasionally. And the stuff that is numbered, of course, we will flip. We've got a redemption right out of the first box, and you know what that means. Yeah, it means I'm leaving it upside down. We're not going to flip it till the end of the break because I'm so mean. That is Astro, and Astro is not numbered. Another Vortex insert. This will be numbered. This is Sunburst. It should be numbered to 75. And it is down there at the bottom. That is the Knicks and Tim Hardaway Jr. And of course, for anybody who doesn't know this already, this is Astro. These are not guaranteed to have a certain number of autographs. They give us kind of a range. That was Astro again. And it can basically be anywhere from 6 to 8 per master case. So anywhere from 3 to 4 in an 8-box inner, which is what's on the table right now. Once we finish this, we'll put our other 8-box up there. So last master case, we pulled 8. Most of the things I'm hearing, people are pulling 8 this year, but Panini doesn't promise any more than 6 per master. And even that, they say, is quote-unquote on average. So, you know. Joshua, you are asking about the recap. Yes, sir. We did do a recap of Flawless already. Now, of course, you know, the Revolution recap we'll do at the very end of this break. So I'm not sure if you are asking about Flawless or if you are asking about Revolution. So if it is Revolution, then yeah, we've got... you know, we're just 1 box into that one, so we got a ways to go here for it. Craig is here looking for some Nets. Little Brooklyn Nets. All right. You're looking for the Raptors, Gina? Okay. We'll see what we can't find you for the Toronto Raptors. Sam is asking if everything ships. Yes, guys. Everything ships out of my breaks unless the description says otherwise. So if ever you want to know, all you do is roll down through that description, and if it doesn't say, you know, XYZ doesn't ship, then yes, everything would ship. Any changes to that, always going to be in the description. That is an Astro Anthony Davis. Those, of course, are unnumbered. Vortex insert. Here's a nice little impact for Giannis. And, of course, again, unnumbered, but cool. A cool little hit there. I like that. Supernova for Giannis and the Bucks, the Greek Freak. Kevin Knox. It's a Kevin Knox kind of night. The New York Knicks with a nice on-card autograph from Mr. Kevin Knox. Your nice rookie there for the Knicks. Astro for Shake Milton again. So Kevin is playing pretty well up there, I think. I think so. And Jay Allen, you want a redemption to come out, huh? Who have you seen on redemptions then lately? That might you might have an inside track. That is Astro for Markelle Fultz. Sam, we don't know who the redemption is yet. I haven't flipped it over. I will flip it over at the very end of the break. That one, along with any others that we might find between now and then. We'll flip them all over at the end of the break. We'll find out who they are, and then we will also go to the Panini website and verify their teams. That is Fractal, not numbered. So that's kind of how we roll with our redemptions, generally speaking. And that is numbered to 100. It is Cosmic for the Nets with your rookie Musa. So at the moment, we know of 2 autographs. One that we don't know who it is yet because it's a redemption, and one that has come out as Kevin Knox. So we found 2 so far out of this 8 box. Josh, oh, you missed the recap. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I thought you were on here already when we did the recap. What team did you have? Who are you looking for? I'm sure between us we can probably remember whether or not somebody came out for your team. If you want to know. Sometimes people don't want to know. They want to wait and watch it on the recap. But if you do want to know, just type in who your team is, man, and we'll probably be able to figure it out between us anyway. Jay Allen, Reggie Miller is a redemption in here. You're feeling like you might have a little Reggie Miller action. Sam says that Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Reggie Miller, and Herder are all redemption possibilities. Okay. And then we'll see. We'll see if we get lucky and it's one of those. Hopefully it'll be some fire coming out, making somebody happy. That is Fractal. Again, those are not numbered for Tyreek Evans. For some reason, I always flip Fractal over. I don't really know why I do, but I do. That is a Liftoff Donovan Mitchell die cut for the Jazz. There's a Vortex. That is an impact pattern on it with Russell Westbrook. Another Vortex, Kristaps. This is Cubic. That is going to be numbered to 50. It is Trevor Ariza, who was just traded away. He is gone now, but he was a Phoenix Sun on there, so that's where he goes. And this is Astro. I always have to stop and think about that. Jay Allen tells me to remember it, that it's the dog for the Jetsons, which is a good way to remember it. But I still always want to say Astrol, and I don't know why, but I do. Wendell Carter Jr., that is a groove pattern. That is LeBron James with an Astro pattern. Astro again there went by for Dennis Schroeder. The Jimmy Butler Vortex. That's Paul George with the groove pattern. See what I mean? They're fun though, right? Like, I like these cards. Their patterns are very nice and colorful and all that. So I like Revolution. And honestly, I'm kind of glad they don't put more autographs in it, because if they did, you know that we wouldn't get as high a quality ones as we otherwise get. So I don't, you know, the price point on this is affordable enough that I'm really okay with there not being tons of autographs, because the checklist is really strong. And I like the fact that they're on card in here, which, as you guys and gals know, that's hard to get in basketball. They give us a lot of stickers in there. You know, we get on card in Revolution and on Donruss Next Day and a few others here and there, but basketball as a whole seems to use, really, I think, almost more stickers even than football does. So that's another little bonus to Revolution, is that they're all hard signed. So in my book, that is worth the trade-off. And it makes it easier to hit the ones that you want too. So Astro for Kyle Lowry. There is Dirk Nowitzki with Groove. And that is Mo Wagner, Astro. Vortex with Embiid and the 76ers. Here's a Sunburst to 75 for the Pistons with Andre Drummond. That's the other thing that I've noticed this year. It seems like we have maybe fewer numbered cards this year, at least fewer than I remember having last year. So it should kind of push the value of our numbered cards a little bit, I think, because there are fewer of them. Jacob Evans, Groove. That is Trevor Ariza again in Astro. James Harden with a Supernova. Groove, Eric Gordon. Shockwave, Ben Simmons. And there's Giannis again. That is in Fractal. See, I do. I turn over Fractal every time, don't I? Like I expect it to be numbered, but yet I know it isn't. I don't know. I don't know what it is about that pattern that always makes me want to flip it over, but something does. Something definitely does. So is anybody's weather calling for them to have a white Christmas? I thought when I looked at the forecast a couple days ago that we might have a possibility of it. Now it looks like we're going to just probably have a rainy Christmas around here. I think we're going to have too much in the way of snow, which is probably a good thing, really. Although That's maybe the one time of year when I could deal with snow and not get too bent out of shape about it. Because y'all know I don't like the cold weather. I said y'all. Well, you know I don't like the cold weather very much. And I definitely don't love the snow. So that's about the only time of year where I say, it's okay if it snows. Ooh, Brad, you might be in line for a white Christmas. Okay. Scott is just booing everything. So I guess he's booing the holidays and snow and cold weather and basketball. I don't know. Everything encompasses a lot. I'm just saying. That is Buddy Hield Astro. There's a Shockwave DeRozan. That is Fractal Kyle Korver and the Cavaliers. You all are proud of me for not flipping that one, aren't you? LaMarcus Aldridge and Groove. Shockwave Kyrie Irving. I see a numbered Luka Doncic coming up for the Mavericks. That is Sunburst. So we are going to be numbered to 75. Number 17 of 75 for Luka. I know, all those teams that passed him by, eat his dust right now, aren't you? All those other teams, yeah, they are. That is an impact pattern on the Vortex for Goran Dragic and the Heat. But hey, listen, we called it. We had it right. We talked about how Luka should be going number 1. Of course, not all of you were of my mindset with that, but I think a lot of you were. Liftoff Anthony Davis for NOLA. Mo Wagner with the groove pattern and a little Bradley Beal. Latchman, you said you're not going to have a white Christmas in Minnesota? No. And then Scott and Jay Allen are busy doing ba and humbug, kind of like Marco and Polo. One's typing in one half, the other one's typing in the other half. You guys are funny. And you know, I have had some people ask me recently. I used to always say this, and then, I don't know, somewhere along the way I got out of the habit. But if you're watching live and you cannot see chat or figure out how to participate in chat, you need to be logged into YouTube. So when you're logged in, you should then be able to see chat if you're on a desktop or a laptop. If you're on a mobile device, if you typed it in the browser, like you went there as www.youtube.com, then I believe you have to be logged in and click on the link that says you want to view the desktop version. If you are on a mobile device and you got here by way of the app, the YouTube app, I think you should just be able to see chat without any problems. But that's in case somebody wants to join in the conversation and can't figure out how. That is Donovan Mitchell, Shockwave Impact. There is a Liftoff, and doesn't that look a little bit like our case hit? It is indeed a little die cut Chicago Bulls Zach LaVine Galactic. So that is our case hit Galactic, also a die cut. How about that? Yeah, that doesn't happen every day. And it is for the Chicago Bulls. This is Astro for Gary Trent Jr. That is Astro as well. For Zach Rudolph, there's a Liftoff for Giannis with die cut groove pattern and a groove Clint Capella. Latchman, I haven't really been counting. Is that right, guys? Is there only one numbered card per box? That could be. I haven't really technically counted it out. There's another Luka, just a base pattern though. Mike Conley Astro. That is Impact with Nicholas Batum. But yeah, that might be right. I haven't really paid attention to it, but that seems reasonable. It's definitely, I think, less than we had last year. CJ McCollum to 75 Sunburst. At least it seems to me like it is. I feel like we had more numbered last year. That is an impact for the Magic with Melvin Frazier. Oh, man. Oh, I kind of need to sneeze, and I'm trying really hard not to. Oh, that's the worst. Ooh, you know when they kind of, like, you try not to sneeze, and then it backs up in your head, kind of? Implodes somewhere in your sinuses. Oh, that's what just happened. That was not fun. Sam, you just saw that Steph Curry is also a redemption, huh? So you have, you're feeling a little better about your odds then for this little upside down fella up there? Yeah, you guys are like, let the sneeze go. I know, but my hands were full and I couldn't even really, like, if I have to cough or sneeze or something in a break, I always, you know, you got to do it in the crook of your arm, right? Like, you certainly can't do it on your hands because you're touching cards and whatnot. And I just couldn't get myself positioned at that moment to get the bend of my arm up there in sneeze territory. So I just decided to try to maintain it, contain it rather, which I did, but it was unpleasant. Yeah, so at some point that'll come flying out of there though. Yeah, Scott, you did hit that nice Karl Anthony Towns case hit, not with me, but I do remember you saying that you hit that for sure, man. That was nice. There's a Goran Dragic fractal, which again, you know, that's just part of the fun of Revolution. The buy-in is not super high, but your return on investment can be quite good. We have for the Sacramento Kings an autograph for Jason Williams. So the Kings have a little autograph hit coming their way. Of course, I know you're looking for Marvin Bagley if you've got the Kings, but at least we got you something so far. That was, this is Supernova with Giannis again. There's a DeAnthony Melton Groove. And there's Astro, every time I want to say Astral. Vortex with Boogie in his Golden State Warriors uniform. Huh, how about that? Impact, James Harden, Vortex. Groove, Dennis Schroeder. And there's a nice little Luka Rookie Revolution insert. So, I mean, those aren't numbered either, but it's still, you know, still cool. This is numbered, though. It is numbered to 50. It is cubic. It's for the T-Wolves, and it is Bates Diop. I never know how to say his name. I know. Scott's going to call me the butcher because I never know how to say anybody's name. It's Donovan Mitchell and Astro. Although, honestly, I don't know that I've ever heard that guy's name pronounced for the T-Wolves. He's not one that, like, I've heard it, and then I just can't recall it or spit it back out properly. I don't think I've ever heard his name pronounced, so... Sam, you said the Curry and the Durant are, what does that say? Curry and Durant are, you're not disappointed yet. Well, there you go. And I don't even know what you're talking about, Scott. You guys, you and Jay Allen are somehow off on, like, passing gas is the nice way to say it. Like, what? I don't even know how it is that we got off on that, but okay. Oh goodness, Jeremy, you said you've seen Jason Williams come out of all 4 Revolution breaks that you've done. I don't think we had. Did we have him in the last case, guys? Does anybody remember? I don't know if we did or not. I don't remember him in the last break, though, but we could have. Possibly. Oh, look at that. Jay Allen beat you to calling me the butcher. Huh. Oh, Jay Allen scooped you tonight, Scott. Sleeping at the switch, and Jay Allen beat you to the punch. So how many autographs do we have right now? 1, 2. Redemption makes 3, so we could potentially have one in here. There's no guarantee, but we could potentially. We've not hit our maximum possibility anyway. That was Astro. That's a rookie Revolution Miles Bridges. And Groove went by. Groove again. And Astro with Donovan Mitchell. Then Supernova, Anthony Davis. That is an Impact Rookie Revolution for Mo Bamba. And sure enough, look who it is. It's a University of Kentucky kind of night. We hit Kevin Knox a minute ago. How about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to go along with? So, Stang Lover, did you do your due diligence and did you buy the Clippers in both breaks? Because if you did, there's your Shai. I don't know if you did or not, but if you did, there you go. Zaire Smith. That is Astro. There's a Shockwave Kyrie Irving. Here comes Sunburst. It will be numbered to 75. It's Brandon Ingram and the Lakers. Brad, you said the first one you've seen of which? I didn't look over there for a minute, so I don't know if you mean Shai or if you mean the first one of Jason Williams or the first one of something else. Okay, so that's staying in housekeeping because we have another 8-box case to go. All right, we've only just begun, kids. We're only at the halfway point. So let me slide this over to have a little spot to open up. Mr. 8-box case number 2. So we can do it all over again with another 8 boxes. Scott says, I have not pulled the Heat yet. Well, we've pulled some, like, patterned cards for the Heat, but no, we haven't pulled any autograph or, like, big, you know, whopping woohooey stuff for the Heat. That is true. Although we did in the last case, we pulled, now why did I just go blank on his name? I know it as well as I know my own. He's retiring this year. He played with LeBron. He's like the face of the Heat. He went to the Cavs, went back to the Heat. He's got kind of little chipmunk cheeks. Like, why can't I think of his name? Dwayne Wade. There we go. We did pull him out of the last case. See what I had to work through in my head to get to Dwayne Wade? I know, right? I couldn't think of it. That's all I'm saying. So, Stang Lover, you did have them in both, or you didn't? You do have the Clippers in here, or you do not? I don't know. I don't know if you're saying yes or no. Jay Allen, you said you're getting outbid during this break for the stuff breaking tomorrow. What are we breaking tomorrow? What are we breaking tomorrow? Oh, Optic Football. Oh, yeah. Optic Football will be fun. And then, of course, Leaf Metal Draft Baseball is always fun, but... Yeah, see, guys, now like 10 of you typed in Dwayne Wade. Not like 10, but 2 or 3. Yeah, I eventually worked my way through it and got there. It just took me a minute. All right, Stang Lover, you do. Okay, then good. Then you got your Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tonight. So I feel happy about that then. Yeah. I like that. Optic is so much fun. Don't you all look forward to Optic every year? I actually like opening Optic really more than I like opening Contenders, even though I like the cards out of Contenders more, probably as a whole, because their value is really high for the good rookies. and it's kind of the gold standard of the rookie card is Contenders. But it's not as much fun to break because there's a lot of base cards in it, and there's fewer cards in Optic, so it's more fun to break than Contenders. But I like both. But they did move Contenders. It's not going to be the 26th anymore. It got pushed to January, one of my reps told me. However, we might still have basketball Contenders on the 26th, which would be weird, but maybe. And there's a little Steph Curry Vortex with the impact pattern. Rookie Revolution Zaire Smith. That is Kyrie Thomas and the Pistons with Fractal. And there's Astro Jalen Brunson for the Mavericks. Astro again. And so on, and so on, and so on. Yeah, Stang Lover, I saw that Contenders first off the line hits. You know, I've got a whole case of Optic first off the line, too, and I forgot I had it. I didn't list it or anything, and I forgot it was coming. I've actually had it now, I don't know, 3-4 days. Forgot all about it. It's Larry Markin and Groove. So, yeah, I should have already broken that, but whoops. Anthony Davis Impact for NOLA. That is Kevin Durant with a Supernova. This is a handsome little numbered card for CJ McCollum. That is numbered to 100 Cosmic. But you know, they did Optic first off the line kind of weird this year though, right? I mean, it's not the same as it usually is. They changed the whole breakout of the product. It's actually, I guess it's kind of better as long as you're not looking for a lot of base cards, because they stripped out essentially the base cards. Each box only has a handful of cards in it. Maybe one of them is base, and then there's a low-numbered parallel, and then there are 2 autographs, low-numbered, one rookie, and one can be veteran or rookie. And I think they're numbered 50 or lower, and they're, you know, a special color like the first off the line stuff usually is. And that's like it. There might be an insert in there too, but that's it. So there's not hardly any cards in it, but the cards that are in it are mostly hits and numbered. So I don't know. So in other words, usually when we do first off the line, it's the same product configuration, other than one of the autographs or, you know, the inserts or something. There'll be some specially numbered ones or something slightly different. But this time they changed the whole entire configuration of the product, which I thought was kind of interesting. But at any rate, we'll get around to breaking it somewhere along the way. Jay Allen, what did you say is not as nice as last year? You mean the first off the line program, or you mean what? What are you saying is not as nice as last year? Because I didn't catch that part. There's a Rookie Revolution Impact, Colin Sexton. Astro Justin Jackson. Liftoff die cut. And that is Groove. Zach LaVine and the Bulls, or at least I think that was Groove. This is Groove, for sure. For the Lakers, Astro. Wait a minute, was there one stuck to the... I guess not. I guess we saw both of them, but I don't know. Felt like one was stuck there for a second. Trying to hitch a ride in behind the other one. Stang Lover, the Trailblazers are also you. Okay, well, you got that numbered card there just a second ago then. It's going to be heading your way, it sounds like. There was a Groove that went by a second ago. There's a Shockwave Blake Griffin. And Lonnie Walker is numbered. That is Cosmic to 100. And that box is in the books. Yeah, Stang Lover, so the first off the line Optic, that's what I'm saying. It's there's not very many cards in it. But really I as a whole, I don't think I mind that because it's basically just cutting out all the base cards that would have been in there that we don't really care that much about anyway. And we still get the special first off the line content without the base cards. So from my perspective, as far as like breaking and sorting and shipping, oh, I think that's fantastic. But if you're looking, you know, some people are set builders, they might not like it as much, but I did mean to break that and list that already, and I just forgot about it entirely. It's the holidays and all this stuff coming out. I can't keep up with it. J. Allen, the first off the line optic has, I can't remember the numbering, if there's a special autograph parallel, again, numbered to something or less. I don't remember if it's 50 or 25 or what, but that. Then there's another autograph in it. Then there's another numbered parallel that, again, is that special color, like the one autograph, and will be numbered fairly low, like 50 or less, I think. And then I think there might be one, like an insert and a base card, but I don't have it in front of me, and I can't remember the exact configuration, but it's something similar to that. You should be able to Google it, though, and find it, I would imagine. That was an Astro that went rolling by. Rookie Revolution, Zaire Smith. This is Impact Shockwave. Trae Young. Ooh, we are having a fun little case, aren't we? Kevin Knox, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes Trae Young out for the Atlanta Hawks. So nice hit if you've got Atlanta. We're rolling right along. That is Astro. Shockwave Kristaps. Astro again. Scott says he's got to have something for the Heat. He needs the Heat. And J. Allen, if you message me, I will try to find that information for you specifically about that first off the line optic. I've got it somewhere in my email. I just have to find it. That's Steph Curry Fractal. And I just, for whatever reason, didn't retain it entirely. That is Groove. Well, I guess we could assume I didn't retain it entirely. I didn't even remember I had the product down there, which I got like days ago. Completely forgot about it. This is numbered 210. How about that? Lava. Yeah, that's nice. That's the Heat. Hassan Whiteside to 10 with Lava. You know, out of our last case, we didn't hit a single Lava that I recall anyway. But we've got one here, and it's for Scott's Miami Heat. Ziggy, you're looking for Luka. You need some Luka ink. I would love to find that for you. I love that kid. So I would be happy to try to conjure up a Luka autograph hit for you, my friend. We'll do my best. Yes, I did say to 10, Scott, because it is Lava. Lava is to 10. Yeah, the numbers in here are 100, 75, 50, 10, and then I'm sure we've got one of ones, because I think we have one of ones and everything, so. So, see, Scott was over there like, like, I'll take it, I don't want it. Because you didn't hear me say it was to 10 the first time, did you, right? Change your tune now. Now you want it. I understand, man. It's because it was Hassan Whiteside. I get it, but to 10's still good. That is Groove for Trevor Ariza. Shockwave for John Wall. We've got Sunburst to 75. This is Eric Gordon, and that is for the Rockets. Hassan Whiteside again with Astro. Vortex, DeMar DeRozan. That is Fractal for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and the Hornets. And then Scott's like, oh yeah, I'm going to put Boom down there now. Oh, wow, Jeremy, you saw the Luca Galactic, or a Luca Galactic come out. Well, that would be nice, man. That would be worth some money for sure. It was a Lonnie Walker groove. There's Hardaway with Astro. LeBron and a Shockwave. Mirotic with groove. I told you all Mo Bamba follows me around. I pull that guy out of everything. We've pulled him out of, we've done 6 cases of Flawless Collegiate. Did we pull him out of all 6? If we didn't get him out of all 6, we probably got him in 4 of 6 or 5 of 6. Pull this guy all the time. Here he is again. Orlando Magic Mo Bamba. Coming to visit us. And that was, that Vincent Edwards was Astro. I'm sure you guys probably know what the patterns are now without me saying it too. But as sure as I don't say it, somebody will say, what pattern was that? So it's just, you know, maybe easier. Scott, you have the Mo Bamba autograph out of Revolution too? Yeah, I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, he's been coming out a lot lately. Of course, we've done pretty well with finding Kevin Knox and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander too. I mean, we've pulled pretty good number of those. Of course, we pulled some good 8s. We pulled that 8 and 1 of 1 back out of, what was that in? Draft picks, maybe? Contenders Draft, where we pulled the 8 and 1 of 1. I don't know. We've had some pretty good luck with basketball this year so far, in terms of what we've been pulling. And we pulled, of course, the nice Luca out of Flawless Collegiate a couple of cases ago. So we've pulled a little Luca too, but he's definitely not coming out as frequently as some do, which is kind of to be expected. That was Astro for the Heat. There's a Shockwave Donovan Mitchell. That is Groove. A Shockwave LeBron. And then we have Aaron Holiday and the Pacers to 100 with Cosmic. Oh, yeah, you're right, Jeremy. The other place we would have pulled a lot of Mo Bamba was probably an Absolute. Yeah, you're right, because we did open, I don't know, 4 or 5 cases of that probably. Astro. Vortex with Kyrie Irving. That is a Fractal Tyreek Evans. Yeah, there's just a lot. I don't know if there's a lot of him or I just pull him a lot, but it seems like I pull him all the time. Well, well, well. Chicago Bulls had our case hit with the Galactic die cut earlier. How about Lauri Markkanen, your nice second-year player for the Chicago Bulls, coming out. Coming at you live is Lauri Markkanen for the Bulls. I like that hit. It's Astro. Marvin Bagley for, and that is Groove. How about the new coach for the Bulls? Like, what is going on with that guy, right? I mean, he's got these guys practicing 1,000 hours a day, every day of the week. They didn't show up for practice one day. They complained to the Players Association that he was working them too hard. Then he got in the middle of the on-court scuffle the other night and had, oh gosh, who was it? He had him in a headlock. The player on the opposing team that had gotten into it. It started out with Russell Westbrook giving a little shove and then got a big shove back. And then everybody jumped into it. And Brooke Lopez was into it with somebody. And whoever was into it with Brooke Lopez, the Bulls coach grabs and puts him in a headlock and drags him off. I mean, oh yeah, that guy, what the, that's crazy, isn't it? So, I don't know, the Bulls have got a situation going on there. That guy is Oh, yeah. Did you not? Yeah, he was in a headlock. You have to go see. If you haven't seen that, you need to go pull that up. That game was, what, not yesterday, day before yesterday, maybe? And go, I mean, it's all over the internet, I would imagine. But the Bulls coach literally gets as I said, it started off with the Russell Westbrook little shoving match. And then whoever it was, and I just can't think of the other player's name from Thunder, that came running over there and basically threw Brook Lopez into the first row of spectators. And then the coach jumps in and gets him and the other player on the other team in a headlock and, drags him off. And interestingly enough, he kind of also had yet still another player trapped in the headlock of the first player or something. It's really bizarre. You just have to go see it. It's bizarre. It was Chandler Hutchison, Astro. There's a Shockwave DeMar DeRozan. That is Groove Troy Brown Jr. There is Astro once again. Vortex for John Wall. Fractal Draymond Green. For the Warriors, of course, there's Groove. But yeah, their coach is, he's something else. The new guy, Fred Hoiberg, got fired, as everybody knows. And can't remember the guy who took over, but he's kind of crazy. So, Kyle Kuzma, numbered to 75, Sunburst. But basically, yeah, they complained about how much he was making them practice. Not only how often, but how long, as in the duration. And so they just didn't show up one of the days. Just didn't go to practice at all. The whole entire team. And then Boylan might be the guy's name, the coach. And then they filed a grievance with their players union. And so he comes out, the new coach, and just says, basically, you know what? You guys are playing like garbage, and the only way you're going to get better is to practice. And so, yeah, you're going to have to practice a whole lot until you get better. And then after the incident where the fighting, and there were like 4 technicals called in that sequence too. So after all of that, then he says the next day, well, he was glad to see his team with a little fire in their belly, or however he said it, He was glad that he looked at them and saw that they were like mad and ready to fight for each other and that kind of thing. So it was a very entertaining sequence. But man, Brook Lopez, he was going to go after that guy that threw him in the first row of the spectators. And Brook Lopez is usually not a guy that you see getting into too much. He's just kind of like, whatever. He's not a real charged up guy normally. That's Andrew Wiggins, Astros. Rookie Revolution, Lonnie Walker. Impact Shockwave with Russell Westbrook. Groove, Jarrett Allen. Rookie Revolution, Kevin Knox. That is a Vortex, Jason Tatum. And that is numbered to 50 for the Celtics. It is cubic. I think we pulled a cubic Jason Tatum out of our last case too, didn't we? I think we did. I believe so. And I think we might have an autograph coming up here in a minute, looks like. Steph Curry Supernova. Yeah, we do. It's for the Wizards. Fred Brown, not Fred, Troy Brown Jr. Thinking Fred Hoiberg, the guy who got fired at the Bulls. Let's start all over. Troy Brown Jr. and the Wizards. Troy, not Fred. Oh, goodness. That is Cosmic Vortex, CJ McCollum. That's a Fractal Anthony Simons for the Trailblazers. We have got one box left. It is last box mojo time. Let's see where we are on autographs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The redemption would make 8. So I don't think it's very likely our last box mojo is going to bring us an autograph. I must admit, I don't think it will. Unless we get super lucky and get a 9th out of this case. Because otherwise we're at the 8. We've hit our case hit with our galactic card. So I don't know what last box mojo is going to bring us here. Yeah, Jay Allen says, Fred, Troy, close enough. I don't know, man. I was still thinking about the Bulls, and I could see clearly that it was Troy Brown, and somehow I just said Fred Brown. It does happen from time to time. I can't help it. Okay, you said Hornets, Pacers, Timberwolves, Pelicans, and Thunder. All right. Hornets, Pacers, Timberwolves, Pelicans, and Thunder. Let's see what we can make happen. Let's see if we can do it to it and find you something for one on your list, Jay Allen. We're going to try our best here. That is a Vortex Paul George for the Thunder. This is Vortex Lonzo Ball Cubic 250 for the Lakers. So that's 2 cubic vortexes out of this same 8-box inner. That's not too shabby. Jeremy Lin Astro. Astro again. That one was for the Sixers. Shockwave, Karl Anthony Towns. That is the T-Wolves with Groove. An Astro, Lauri Markkanen. Vortex, Kyle Kuzma. That is, I think, Fractal. Is that Fractal? Yes. For Draymond Green. I think that was Rookie Revolution. Troy, not Fred, Brown. That's Groove. I know, I crack myself up, don't I? That is Groove as well. All right. You know what time it is now. It's time for our recap. But before we do our recap, we've got housekeeping to take care of. That would be this fine fellow right here. Right here. We're going to flip this over. We're probably going to know what team it goes to, but we'll still go to the Panini website and check it out and verify it and get what it's numbered to as well. Oh, nice. Embiid. How about that? 76ers. I like that plan. Embiid is always a good autograph to hit. Be worth a little money for somebody, and it's just the card set is just simply autographs. But we're going to go over here as promised. We're going to roll over here to the Panini website and we will check this out, and we're going to find out exactly what we need to know about it. It's going to say 76ers, but we're going to look it up anyway. That's just how we roll. And come on now, Panini. And our card set is quite simple. Just autographs. We like that. What did I say his card number was? 18? Is that right? Yeah. And there it is, Embiid 76ers. If that were a numbered card, it would have it right there. Since there's nothing in that space, we know it's just an open edition. But you know what? That doesn't even matter because that's still worth some money if you have got the 76ers. All right, so let's run through our recap here very quickly. So we had a liftoff die cut with Anthony Davis and another liftoff die cut with the Zach LaVine. I have put this Rookie Revolution over here just because it's Luka. So I just had it in this stack. It's really technically my stack of die cuts. And there's Giannis, the Greek Freak, and there's Anthony Davis and Donovan Mitchell. And I put Giannis over there. I don't know why, because that's an impact. It's not numbered, but I put it over there. Hey, man, where'd my case hit go? That's Liftoff Zach LaVine, too. Hold on. Where did I put my die-cut case hit? Did I stack it in with our regular stuff? I guess I did. So it must be stacked in up there with our numbered stuff. All right, so this is Cubic. It is /50 with Lonzo Ball. That is Cubic /50, Jason Tatum and the Celtics. Sunburst, Kyle Kuzma and the Lakers /75. An Aaron Holiday and the Pacers /100, Cosmic. Then we have Eric Gordon /75 with Sunburst. There's the Hassan Whiteside /10, Lava for the Heat. Lonnie Walker and the Spurs /100, Cosmic. CJ McCollum and the Blazers /100, Cosmic. That is Sunburst /75 for Brandon Ingram and the Lakers. There's Diop /50, Cubic for the T-Wolves. CJ McCollum Sunburst /75 for the Blazers. There's our case hit. It is a Liftoff die cut for the Bulls, Galactic Zach LaVine. And then we had Luka with a Sunburst /75. The Pistons, that is numbered /75 with Sunburst. Trevor Ariza and the Suns /50. There's Musa for the Nets /100, Cosmic, and a Sunburst Tim Hardaway Jr. /75 for the Knicks. Next up, 76ers have a nice redemption for a Joel Embiid hard-signed autograph. Gotta like that. The Wizards and Troy Brown Jr. Lauri Markkanen and the Bulls. Mo Bamba and the Magic. Trae Young for the Atlanta Hawks. There's my man Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Los Angeles Clippers. And for the Kings, we managed to come up with Jason Williams. And first out tonight that got us off to a good start was Kevin Knox for the New York Knicks. And that's it for tonight, kids. That is our break. I will put up spreadsheet information again in case anybody missed it. We'll take a look at what we're breaking in the days ahead. We'll also take a look at your anticipated shipping date. So if you're interested in any of that info, hang out here for a minute because we'll buzz through it real quickly and give you the update here. Jacob, I see that you're asking how the Warriors did, and I'm going to assume that you just saw that recap. That was all the numbered stuff in the autographs. Now, there's, of course, tons of other patterns, Jacob, that are not numbered, and I'm sure the Warriors probably had some of those patterns, I would imagine, but they just weren't numbered, so I didn't set them in there to recap them. Oh, Bruce. Hi, Bruce. You are welcome for the break, for sure. And you're out of here, Jay Allen. All right. Well, we will catch you the next time then. So tomorrow night, guys, Optic Football comes out tomorrow, releases tomorrow. We'll open a case of that and a case of Leaf Metal Draft Baseball, which is my last case of Leaf Metal Draft. So for those of you who are interested, if you've been kind of hedging your bets, that's going to be the last case we're going to be rolling through. On Thursday night, we're going to open Three-Peat Basketball, which is from Hit Parade. It's got 3 autographed memorabilia items inside. Another 8-box case of Playbook Football. And another 16-box case of Revolution. On Friday, it will be Bowman's Best Baseball. We're going to do a full case of it. Comes out on Friday. 8 boxes in that case. And Bowman's Best is always pretty awesome. And we're going to start later than normal at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific on both Friday and Saturday nights. Saturday will be Bowman's Best again and another case of Optic Football. On Sunday, we're just going to do a couple of mixers. It's going to be Topps Chrome Football mixers in both cases. Actually, I'm sorry. One is Topps. They're both Topps Football mixers. The first one is Chrome. The second one is Strata. Chrome has boxes from 13, 14, and 15. Strata has boxes from 12, 13, 14, and 15. So that's what the days ahead look like once again for what we open tonight. Flawless Collegiate Basketball will be out the door to you no later than Monday, which is Christmas Eve. Most likely it's going to be sooner than that, but certainly should be no later than that. Our paid shipping break tonight, which is Revolution Basketball that we just finished up, should be on the way to you on or before Saturday. And of course, consolation card info doesn't come into play for Revolution. If you were in Flawless Collegiate, take a minute, read that information there at the top about consolation cards. Hit me up if you have any questions, or if you want it sent sooner and you don't want to wait for your next package to ship, which is how it would typically be handled. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done for tonight. I think we're all caught up and done. Staying Lover, we're going to see you tomorrow for Leaf Metal Draft. All right, cool, man. We've been having really good luck with Leaf Metal Draft, so I would imagine that would continue. I mean, as you pointed out the other day when we were going back and forth in email, that's one of the nice things about Leaf is their checklist, you're going to hit a good percentage of it in every case. So, if you open 3 or 4 cases of it, you're usually going to hit everybody on the checklist at least once or twice along the way in that. So, all right. Well, we will see you guys tomorrow night, and gals, we'll be back at it then. So hopefully I will see some or all or most of you, if not then, somewhere along the way later this week. So have a great rest of your week ahead. We'll be back at it tomorrow night. See you then.